Good afternoon, family. It's your DC dude, and today we're about to continue our exploration of all the wards. So we covered Ward 8 on the last video. Today is about Ward 7. So family, to begin our exploration of Ward 7. Okay, so this time we're making a right onto Anacostia Drive, and this is part of the Ward 7 boundary. Last time we were doing the Ward 8 side of Anacostia Park. So Anacostia Park has Ward 8 and Ward 7. So as we cruise along Anacostia Drive, there's the roller skating rink, the skating pavilion, what they call it, Anacostia Park Skating Pavilion. It's pretty cold outside today. I don't know if there's been much activity. I haven't been down here in a long time. In fact, I don't even know where Anacostia Drive ends. So we're just gonna go until it does. So this is where Anacostia Drive ends, family. Looks like an off-road situation. You know what? Let's go see what's going on down here. Okay, so the road is definitely not as nice as Anacostia Drive. We're establishing that now. Remember, we're heading the other direction. Anacostia Drive ends down by the 11th Street Bridge, South Capitol Street Bridge area. Wow, they have picnic benches down here and everything. Isn't this just lovely? How far does it go? I mean, if you want to have an event with some people, it's a stop sign, so I guess it's cool for cars to come through here. This is an experience for me right now. Okay, family, I'm not going any further with the car. Unless I had a 4x4 or something like that, then I might think this about it. This is definitely the end of Anacostia Park in terms of driving a vehicle. Okay, family, so if you've seen the video of Ward 8, we started out just like this. So we're heading, like I said, this is the border for Ward 7 and Ward 8 that comes out of Anacostia Park, 22nd Street, and then, you know, it turns into Nicholson Street. So I'm not going to take you through this whole thing again. If you haven't seen the Ward 8 video, I encourage you to check that out. Okay, family. This is Southern Avenue I'm on, and I'm going in the opposite direction that we're going to be heading in, because I want to point out that Ward 8 was also had a Southern Avenue border. Now we just came into Marlboro House. I'm doing this to point out that Marlboro House separates Southern Avenue, right? So on the other side of Marlboro House is where we were last time on Southern Avenue when we were talking about the Ward 8. We were talking about the Ward 8 boundaries, right? In any case, Ward 7 is going to pick up here on Southern Avenue as we move forward. Okay, family. So this is on the other side of Marlboro House in Ward 7. We're going along Southern Avenue. And in this case, to the right is Maryland. To the right is Maryland, and it looks pretty identical to what's on the left. And on the left is Ward 7, running along the side of the Hillcrest neighborhood. Still running along Southern Avenue, and to our left is Fairfax Village. Ward 7 is where I spent most of my time growing up east of the Anacostia River. And both childhood houses I lived in Northeast and Southeast, were in Ward 7. To the left is still Ward 7, and still on Southern Avenue. And this neighborhood to the left, I want to call it Fort Davis. I don't know for certain. DC is funny with the neighborhood boundaries, and sometimes people have their own idea of what their neighborhood is called. Still running along Ward 7, family. Still running along Southern Avenue, family. The Maryland line is right here to the right. That's Marlboro Pike. And of course, to the left is Ward 7. Still chugging along on Southern Avenue. And Southern Avenue gets a little weird. In fact, most of my life, I didn't even know what we're about to experience is still Southern Avenue. So Capitol Heights is on the right, Capitol Heights, Maryland, and Bennett Heights, DC is on our left in Ward 7, right? So this is where it gets weird to me. You actually turn, like we're on Southern Avenue and we make a turn. And we're gonna look to see, as far as I know, this will continue to be Southern Avenue. Before I thought when we made that right back there that we were in Maryland now, and we're actually not. I mean, Maryland, is on the right, and Ward 7 is on our left. So I'm looking for a street sign to confirm that this is still Southern Avenue as it heads down to Central Avenue. Yeah, just saw a sign, Southern Avenue. Another highlight, I guess you will, about the boundaries of Ward 7 is it has Southern Avenue and Eastern Avenue. So those are two DC boundaries. So that's what Ward 7 does. It's the outskirt. Its boundary is the outskirt of Washington, D.C. Still on Southern Avenue, and Capitol Heights Subway is on the right, and that's obviously Maryland, Capitol Heights. And then we have D.C. Ward 7 on our left as we cross East Capitol Street or Central Avenue, where East Capitol Street turns into Central Avenue. And I mean, if somebody would have asked, I would have said, well, both sides of this street is Maryland. Never really thought about it. But what we're about to do is we're about to turn on Eastern Avenue, and that's gonna be another border for Ward 7, and for that matter, a border for DC. And anybody remember to see that discount mart right there? Remember, it used to be like a jumbo food. I think it used to be a jumbo food grocery store, y'all. I'm not absolutely positively sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it used to be. So Maryland is on our right, and Ward 7 is on the left, family. So in the neighborhood of where Woodson High School is. We'll get a closer look at that later, because it's no longer the Tower of Power, family. It used to be a tower. I think it was 7 stories high. I could be wrong about that. But if you wanna confirm, just check out offbeatenpathdc.com. There's an article about Woodson High School, its history, and all the cool things about it. Family, so we're approaching the end of Eastern Avenue. And y'all didn't see that. It was yellow light. It was yellow. It was yellow. So you can kind of see why I don't particularly care for this little junction. Something needs to happen to make this traffic move along a little better. It's not even rush hour. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, rush hour starts about 3, but this is not a rush hour thing. This is just a dysfunction thing. Because I don't care what time you come through here, you're going to experience this. And what's going on, well, I don't know what backs it up so much. I don't know if it's the timing of the lights or if it's just the volume of people coming through here. But what we're approaching is 295. So I see you after I get out of this traffic, right before we make our turn. Man, the sacrifices that DC dude makes. I'm still in traffic, family. I mean, okay, it's been 7 minutes, but that seems like a long time to be not going anywhere. It's starting to open up. It appears that my lane to stay in DC is taking longer. So it could be a backup on 295 or something like that, because the people who are making a right turn, smooth sailing. Look at them going by like it's nothing. So I'll get back with you as soon as I make this turn. It might be sometime tomorrow, but I will get back. Right. So the boundary is something that I really can't get to by car, because the boundary, like I said, is Anacostia Drive. So we're going to make the turn, and then we're going to make our way through Kenilworth to get to Anacostia Drive down by Aquatic Gardens. Family, we got movement. I'm making it through that yellow, used to be green light. And looks like we're going to get caught at this light here, family. Okay, hit you back once we make this turn. While we sit here, I want to ponder the area in front of us. Now it looks like this all just like trees, just open area, undeveloped area. You know, there's some industrial stuff going on over there. Well, I read something about Kenilworth, and they had a city dump, and where they used to just dump everything. Used to burn trash. It was like so much smoke in the city because of that. But you can imagine if you lived in the Kenilworth neighborhood that, you know, back then we used to hang our laundry up on clotheslines. People said that they had their laundry smelling like smoke. So that was a huge issue in DC back in the day. Check out offbeatenpathdc.com, y'all, or the article on Kenilworth, and you can read all about it. Very interesting neighborhood. Okay, so we're turning on to Kenilworth. So we're going to turn down here on Coral Street, because we got to make our way down. See, we're now on the boundary. Like, all this is inside Ward 7. Everything. There's no boundary on Kenilworth Avenue. Okay, moving forward through, now, you know what? I'm calling this Kenilworth. It won't come to me right now, but I think it's Parkside. In any case, check out the article. You can read all about it. I'll tell you all about those details. So we're making our way down. I think Anacostia Drive is we're about to hit it any minute now. Yup. Oh, it's Anacostia Avenue. So, okay, so we're going along the border. Now, this is the border. The Anacostia River is the border, because the left and the right is Ward 7. You know what I'm saying? And we're coming up to Aquatic Gardens. I don't know if y'all been to Aquatic Gardens. I haven't had opportunity to write about it, but I have visited it. Ooh, that was a tough one. Visited it, and it's very interesting. You know, if you like wildlife. I mean, it's all kind of wildlife, birds. In fact, they used to have, before COVID, they had on Sundays, they had bird watching day. And it has, I mean, it's a water garden, you know, where plants grow in the water. And it's been a part of this neighborhood's history since this neighborhood. I mean, forever, family. So if something like that interests you, you should check it out. Also, this is where I park my car with my bike, and I start the trail. Goes in both directions. It goes, you know, all deep into Maryland, as far as Bladensburg and probably beyond. And it also heads all the way down to the whole Nats Park area. The Kenilworth neighborhood is also a neighborhood that has plenty of nice homes. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of this side of Anacostia Avenue, family. And you know, one thing about this border is, like I said, it's a long Kenilworth neighborhood, and you know, to the left over here, right, and then you have park area, like such green, beautiful park area that runs along the Anacostia River. Like I say, the bike trail runs through there. Something's going on with 295 or something, family, because bam, I'm in traffic again. Look at all these cars coming out from the neighborhood and trying to get on, and everybody's trying to get on the other side. That's Nanny Helen Avenue down there. And I would think it's a 295 issue, but I don't know if you can see, if the camera can, you can see through the camera like I can, but I can see 295 from here, and cars are moving. So I'm not sure why all this is backed up. I just heard on the WTOP news that the reason why it was all that traffic over in the Kenilworth Avenue area is because a dude was struck and killed. A 46-year-old, I don't know the details, but I know a 46-year-old was struck by a car and killed. So family, off of Anacostia Avenue, I made a right turn to come on down here. I got to go back and get back in that traffic. But I decided to come on down here because, you know, this is where our board is going to be at Anacostia, basically the Anacostia River. So if anybody's never been down deep in here like this, basically this is, you know, where Nanny Helen ends and kind of cuts through Kenilworth. So it's just this big open field area back here. All of this is a part of Ward 7. All of this is unused land. I'm not sure what the deal is with development or not, but it's nice to you know, to keep green space in DC, right? I don't know if anybody comes back here to do anything in relation to park activities, but it's a huge area back here, family. Look at all this space. This is crazy. Please shoot us a comment on anything that you know about this area back here and what the plans are. If there's any plans for development, or is it just a good place to come and have a family reunion after COVID goes away? Comes pretty deep. Somebody left a bike back here. Those kind of bikes you could just use and then leave anywhere. Well, they really left it anywhere. You know, see, beyond those trees over there, I can see Spingarn and at least the top of it, and Charles Young. So as long as we have a road, I'm just gonna keep on going, family. I have no idea where we're going. None. Like, this is totally a discovery thing. Like, I bought my bike in here before because I was looking for aquatic gardens. Okay, so you see that's where it ends, a concrete barrier, and looks like a bit of a bike trail. So I'm turning around, family. I'm going back to meet what's waiting for me, the traffic along Anacostia Avenue. Okay, family, so we're coming out of here, and this is the trail. I've been on this trail before. This trail comes out of the Kenilworth Avenue neighborhood, and like I say, it continues. Oh, look at the deer. I don't know why that surprises me at all, because there's deer everywhere in DC, no matter what neighborhood you're in. Wait for this brother to come through on the bike, doing his bike thing today. Okay. So we're heading back down. We're coming back out of this, whatever exactly it is. I'm not totally sure. It's just a large area of open land and trees and a football field. I think it's pretty cool, fellas. I think we need to get together and start a league or something. Anyway, so we're coming out of here, and look at this traffic. Oh my gosh, it's still like, you know, that's one of the sacrifices that DC dude has to make, family. If I want to be the window to Washington, I have to go to places where people aren't necessarily willing to go, but are curious about. That's what we do. Woo, we made it out, family. Everybody else is going straight. And what that's going to be is Nanny Helen Burroughs Avenue if you keep straight. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn right here, and I think this is, I know it is. It's Kenilworth. And right now we're passing Mayfair Mansion. I made it right off of Kenilworth again. And I think this is just going to take us to kind of a dead end, because Pepco takes up all that property. Pepco is to our left, right? So getting to the end of the street here, and like I said, we turned off Kenilworth Avenue, and I don't even know, they don't have no street sign right here for what this street is, but this is what it does. It takes us to the entrance, one of the entrances to our Pepco. And yes, I happen to have an article about Pepco, the Pepco power plant, on offbeatenpathdc.com, family. You might probably already derive the fact that most things that we are going to be looking at in Ward 7 and 8 are on that website, so I probably don't have to say that anymore. But if you're hungry for information about east of the river, it's a treasure trove of info about this area. Meanwhile, like we rode up to Pepco entrance just now, on the other side is where Ward 7, I mean, all of this is Ward 7, don't get me wrong, but on the other side is where we're going to get to the border. So, you know, because the border on the Anacostia River, it jumps out of the Anacostia River when it gets to Bennett Road and makes a right turn. And then it makes a left turn onto 19th Street, and it goes down by the Stadium Armory. So this border is pretty interesting, because I never knew that Ward 7 was on the west side of the river at all. I just thought it was the east of the river ward, but that is not true. So we're coming around, and Pepco is on our right. And so now we're on the other side of it. We were on one side of it just now. Now we're on the other side of Pepco on Bennett Road. And meanwhile, we're going to continue to head down Bennett Road and pick up where the border is on 19th Street. Family, and like I said, you know what? This is still east of the river. Even though we're on the other side of Benton Road Bridge, this is still east of the river, believe it or not. And right now we're crossing over the Anacostia River. So this is where the border comes. The border literally is in the river, okay? And then it comes out of the river and makes a right turn on to Benton Road. Left side is Ward 7. So, the border for Ward 7 continues up Benton Road until it gets to 19th Street. So that's quite a ways up. It's passing 25th and 24th Street. And 19th is a one-way street coming in this direction, so we won't be able to turn on that on the actual border. We're going to circle around and go to where it starts on 19th Street. So we're standing on the corner of 19th and East Street, and this is where the border starts for 19th Street, because behind me is the Congressional Cemetery, and then behind me over here is the jail. So according to the map, the border goes right down here where the jail is until it gets to the Anacostia River, makes a right in the middle of Anacostia River, and goes up the river until it gets to where we started on 22nd Street and Anacostia Drive in Anacostia Park. So this is where the border starts, and the border goes right down 19th Street until it gets into Benton Road. From 19th to East Street, we're headed down 19th Street along the border, and Ward 7 ends on the is on the right. Anyway, this is where DC General Hospital used to be. I mean, it doesn't look the same, does it? I have an article about DC General Hospital. You guessed it, offbeatenpathdc.com. As we continue to head down 19th Street, it looks like Stadium Armory is another subway. So that means that Ward 7 has 4 subways. It has Benton Road, it has Minnesota Avenue, it has Dean Avenue, and it also has Stadium Armory, which I think was pretty interesting. I thought was pretty interesting. So like I said, we just keep on going down 19th Street until we get to Benton. So for some strange reason, the border is on 19th Street, but just not this part of 19th Street. It does this crazy thing where it comes off of it and goes on 22nd between East Capitol and C Street, which is coming up. So right now, this is not the border, and I'm having a really hard time figuring out where it dips to. And then it picks right back up right here and makes a right down 19th Street down there. But somehow it comes off of C Street right here, and I think it has something to do with these streets up here. I'm looking for 22nd. There's 20th to the right. So it has to do with that whole thing in front of the stadium, I think. Because this is 21st, and this is 22nd. So I think 22nd is about right. I mean, I encourage you all to check out, if you're really interested about the where the wards begin and end. Check out the maps on dcplanning.gov, and because it's hard for me to even follow it. I think this is considered 22nd Street right here, right? And so basically, I just went around and came. You see, it does say 22 right there up in the corner. It says 22 with the sun in your eyes, in my eyes anyway. Yeah. So for whatever reason, it dips off of 19th Street for a quick second. So like I said, the Ward 7 boundaries are complicated. I mean, what made them come off 19th Street? Why couldn't it just be straight down 19th Street? So here we are on the corner of 19th and Benton Road. That was the complete crazy border of Ward 7. that's it, family. That's it for Ward 7. I know it was a pretty long video, but Ward 7 is near and dear to my heart. And there were so many things that I wanted to include that I missed the chance to. As a matter of fact, I tried to go through the River Terrace neighborhood today, but there was a crazy situation where some kind of accident where I was stuck on Bennett Road Bridge for a second, and we actually had to turn around on the bridge and go in the opposite direction of the traffic. In any case, I'll see y'all in the next video when we will be traveling through Ward 6. If you have any, as always, if you have any, comments about what areas you want me to cover in Ward 6, please leave it in the comment. And meanwhile, as we always say, if you want to ride, just click on subscribe.